guys. Afternoon, evening, wherever you might be. Welcome to another video lecture, Super Genius 99. And today we're going to do at least two things. We're going to do arrays and we're going to do for loops. Those two kind of go hand in hand, arrays and loops. So in a previous one, we created this employee class. Okay. Employee class has a first name, a last name, employee ID, salary, whether or not they're a supervisor, and their start date. We had a default constructor, and then we overloaded another constructor. Okay. And now we have some parameters that we're going to put into our objects. So as we create these objects, we're going to put in parameters. Okay. So how I'll do it is like so. So first I've got to hard code it, and then I'm going to attempt to loop it. So right now we'll just do it with arrays, and then see if we can get the for loops in. All right. So I'm going to create 4 employees. Let's call it. So I'll call it 1, 2, 3, and that'll be 4. Let me label them accordingly. Three and 4. Okay. And then we will put this information here. Be 0. And let's go ahead and do it like this. I'll put in the last name. There'll be 0 as well. I think we no errors. Okay. Thought I saw an error pop up, but no errors. Okay. And we're going to put in employee ID. And I'm going to go ahead and make another array for the salary, for the money. Okay. So I'm going to create, since the money will be a float, this float salaries. Okay. And let's bring this down to 6 digits here. We'll put in some change and make it float. And how about this guy? We'll bring him to. Okay. Yeah, these interfaces today are so sensitive. You put your finger over something and something's always popping up. It's definitely more sensitive than when I first started out. I mean, it's helpful, but then also it's like it can be annoying because every touch, push, you just breathe on your computer and a window pops open. It's just that sensitive, much more than it was probably 15, 20 years ago. But that's life. Everything is changing. Sometimes sometimes you can put so many bells and whistles um, on an application or a computer interface that it becomes overwhelming. Where, like I said, you breathe the wrong way and a window closes, or you sneeze and a phone call is made. It's just like it's getting like hypersensitive. But that's just life. Let's move on. Okay, so I'm making this array. Okay, of floats, and it should be 4 floats because the rest of them have 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so the last parameter of here will be such and so forth. Okay. All right. And so now what I'll do is I'll just take this, copy and paste, and then just change the numbers um, as I go from one object to the next. So copy paste, copy paste. So I already did that. So just tab. That AI is just catching up with you. They got AI that you put in a prompt now, and it'll try to code it for you. So that's going to be interesting to watch. But one. And so a quick lesson on arrays is number one. I've used one method to declare an array. There's many different methods you can use to declare array. So I use this method where I declared the array as soon as I instantiated it and filled it at the same time. So I instantiated and populated at the same time. Other ways you can do is you can instantiate it and then say how many rows you want and then populate it later. So I instantiated and populated at the same time. Um, and the different types of ways that you can create and populate arrays, you'll figure out which one works best for you. Okay. And so the way array works is in this first array, like array first names, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 elements. Okay. And the array looks at the first element as index 0. So when I use this square brackets 0, close square brackets, what I'm saying is put in here the 0th index, which is the first element of the array of first names. So here's my array of first names. The 0th index is the first element, and so right there should be Mark. So employee 1 should be first name should be Mark. And then here I say in the array of last names, get the 0th element. So I go to the array of last names, 0th element, and the last name should be Cuban. And then, of course, this should be the employee ID number, and this should be the salary. And I'm pretty sure Mark Cuban makes more than that on an annual basis. And so that's how that'll print out. And so as you see, I go down, I do 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. I need to fix the first name, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And now I will print to the console, the toString for employee 3 and employee 4. Okay, so now we should see the first one should be Mark Cuban, ID of this number, last 4 digits, 0351, and salary 100K, 351K. And then same thing, Bill Gates, last 4 digits, 0352, and then 78,352 and 50 cents in whatever form of denomination you want. So let's run that. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so it's compiling and everything worked. I don't see any errors. So let's look at it. Yeah, so Mark Cuban, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk. It's going in the order 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks good. And the salaries look good as well. Okay. So that is arrays using the particular method of populating and declaring the array at the same time. Okay. Coming to you from Super Genius 99. Thank you for watching.